Okay, students, today we'll discuss something about database system concepts and architecture. Under that, so we are going to learn something about the data models and types of data models, and next we are going to learn ER model especially. So today's session is dealing with the ER, entity relationship model. Okay, entity relationship model. So here, so data, what is data model or what are the data models? So here you can say data models are the collection of conceptual tools for describing the data, data relationship, data semantics, and data consistency control. So I already told about how the roll number should be, how the name should be, how the mobile number should be, how email ID should be, how the register number should be, and what are the relationship between one table to another table. So what is the general meaning of the data? So marks may be the integer or numeric value. So what is the meaning of it? So the range is 0 to 100. This is valid range. Data consistency means for a particular time or unless the user intends to change it, so it should not change till that. For a particular time it should be constant. Okay, it is about relationship like that. So data models are the collection of conceptual tools. So while creating the database and the tables, we are going to apply all these things. Then data models help in describing the structure of data at the logical level. So in the three schema architecture, so I have explained the middle level or view, so that is conceptual view. So in that, so we are going to describe the structure of the data, structure of table, the structure of database, and the structure of each and every attributes. Okay, the data model describes the structure of database. How should be, say, student database should be in a particular format, and student database should have some 3 or 4 tables like that. The employee database, how the employee database should be, and what all the contents of it, etc. Okay, then a database model is a set of conceptual constructs available for defining schema. So it is set of conceptual constructs available for defining the schema. So in your practical, the schema is already given. So it may be, I think, insurance database, student enrollment. So their schema is given. So only the work is we have to create the database and table and records, and we have to work with queries. But for the designing of the database, so we need to go for some conceptual constructs. Okay, so how to design, how to create the database, etc., and what all the tables should be involved in the database. Okay, the constructs of the data model may be defined at many levels of abstraction. So while you are discussing regarding the development, software development, so that is dynamic software, then we are going to have the discussion about the data model. So which data model is very useful for this one, because the problem of everyone is different. Okay, so if the data model used for hospital management may not be applied for the institution level. In order to construct any software or database for the institution like college or schools, so those are different, because here the students are the entities, there the patients are entities. Again, there may be library database, so there will be books. So the characteristics of different entities are different. So by considering all these things at the time of abstraction, means collection of data related to the entity, so we need to go for different models. Okay, so the data models are entity relationship, or simply it is ER model, relational model, which is very traditional model. Okay, it's traditional model. Okay, hierarchical network model. Okay, basically you can make it 4, and one more thing is hybrid. Okay, of course, if you make a mixture of any these 4 or 3, so automatically it becomes hybrid. So today we are going to discuss deeply and descriptively about ER model, entity ER. Shortly we are saying ER model. This is entity relationship model. So here you can see the building blocks of an entity relationship diagram. So ER diagram is a graphical modeling tool to standardize ER modeling. So like flowchart for the programmer or flowchart for the program or algorithm. So if you use flowchart for any program, so that will be easy to understand the program control, how our program works or what will be the error of the program, etc. Okay, instead of viewing the code of a program written in C or Java, whatever it may be. Okay, the modeling can be carried out with the help of pictorial representation of entities, attributes and relationship. Entities, attributes and relationship. So this ER diagram will represent all these things separately with different symbols. The basic building blocks of entity relationship diagram are entity, attribute and relationship. Only these three. Only these three. So making or keeping these three elements in the mind, so some diagram is going to be plotted. Okay. Next, what do you mean by entity? An entity is an object or a thing that exists and is distinguishable from other objects. In other words, the entity can be uniquely identified. Every entity in the world is unique. Every entity in the, everything in the things or every object is different. Okay. So for example, a particular person, for example, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is an entity. It's different. You cannot find the another APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay. You cannot find another SP Balasubramaniam. So SPB is SPB only. So it's unique. Okay. A particular department, for example, electronics. You cannot say physics is like electronics or zoology is like electronics or computer is like electronics. Electronics especially separate. Okay. And communication engineering department like E&C. Okay. So E&C may not be compared with any other things because E&C or electronics department is different itself. A particular place, for example, Coimbatore city or Bangalore city or Delhi or Sirsi, of course. Okay. So every city is different. Okay. That is nothing but the entity. Next, entity type. Entity type or entity set, both are same, is a collection of similar entities. Collection of similar entities. All students in KUD, say student. Entity type may be called table or relation. In type model, okay, relational model, so we'll use table name. Instead of entity type, we'll say table or we'll say relation. A table, all students in KUD, say student table. So this is entity type or entity set. So this is entity set because this student table will have the information regarding all the students. Similarly, course is another table or entity type where all course informations are stored. Similarly, department is another entity type, so which has all information regarding the department. An entity may belong to more than one entity type. An entity is previous thing, object may be related to more than or associated with more than one entity type. For example, a staff working in a particular department can pursue higher education as part-time. Hence, the same person is a lecturer in a college and the same time he is the student for another instance. Because in that particular university he is student, but in this college the particular person is lecturer. The same time, the same object or same entity belongs to different entity type. In the lecturer entity type or table, so one particular person ABC is lecturer. In another university table, he is student. Okay, so relationship. A relationship is an association of entities where the association includes one entity from each participating entity type, whereas relationship type is a meaningful association between entity types. And once again, relationship is an association of entities, group collection of entities, where the association includes one entity from each participating entity type. Whereas relationship type is meaningful association between entity types. For example, teachers is the relationship between lecturer and the student, is the relationship type between two entities. Two entities. So this is another entity type and this is another entity type. So here may be a lecturer, say X, here may be the student, say S. Okay. So the X teaches a student. Like buying is the relationship between vendor and the customer. Similarly, the treatment is the relationship between the doctor and the patient. So teachers, buying, treatment, all these are relationships. So generally relationship will be represented by rhombus sign or diamond sign. Next is very important, attribute or attributes. Attributes are nothing but properties of entity type. Okay, roll number is attribute of student type. In other words, entities are described in a database by set of attributes. For example, brand, cost, weight are the attributes of self. Roll number, name, grade are the attributes of student. So the attributes are nothing but the properties of entity types. Properties. Say student table may have roll number, name, address, contact number, email ID, etc. All these are attributes. Okay. Here in the ER diagram, we can use different symbols to represent. Okay. Rectangle symbol represent an entity set. Okay. Similarly, the ellipse symbol represents attribute, and the diamond or rhombus symbol represents the relationship. And lines, okay, so this will be have, okay, this may be the entity type set, this is one entity set. Okay, so in order to connect these two things, so connection lines are used. This connection line is nothing but represent linking of attributes to entity sets. Okay, here connection lines are there. So again, this particular table has some 3 or 4 attributes. Again, here also we are going to use the lines. Okay. Next, here is an example of ER diagram. So the student table or entity type has name attribute and roll number attribute. Here some attributes are underlined, means these are unique. Unique in the sense, suppose if the student table has 25 records, all records roll number will be different, but there may be the repetition of names. 2 or 3 students may have same name, but 2 or 3 students may not have same roll number. Similarly, student attends class. Okay, class is another entity type. This class has subject name and hall number. So what is this? This is nothing but relationship. Okay, relationship is always represented by the diamond sign. Student is one table, class is another table. Student attends class. Student table has minimum, say 2 attributes, one is roll number and another one is name. So if it is underlined, that means it is unique. Okay, it's unique. Each student roll number is different. Okay. Next, classification of entity sets: strong entity, weak entity, and associative entity. Strong entity is represented by this one, weak entity is represented by double rectangle, and associative entity is represented by this one. Associative means supporting entity. Okay. Next, strong. What do you mean by strong entity? Strong entity is one of whose existence does not depend on another entity. So here student is strong entity. Course is considered as weak entity. If there are no students, ಈ ಟೇಬಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ what is the use of course? If there are no students to take a particular course, then that course cannot be offered. The course entity depends on the student entity. The course entity depends on the student entity. Student takes course. Okay, here students are the main. So this is strong, and in front of this one the course is weak. So this is nothing but the relationships, so between two entity types. Okay. Next, weak entity is one whose existence depends on other entity. In many cases, weak entity does not have primary key. Hello students. Weak entity does not have any primary keys. Okay, only strong entities will be having. So customer borrows loan. Here customer borrows loan. Here loan is a weak entity. Okay, every loan there should be at least one customer. Here the entity loan depends on the entity customer, hence the loan is weak entity. It is weak entity. It is strong entity. Fine. Next, here you can also classify the attribute classification. Attribute is used to describe the properties of the entity. So roll number is attribute, name is attribute. Okay, this attribute can be broadly classified based on value and structure. Based on value, the attribute can be classified into single value, multi-value, derived, null values. Based on the structure means how it is created, how it is grouped. Simple and composite attribute. Simple and composite attributes. Okay, here there is a diagram. Attribute classification, value based and structure based. According to the value based, single value, multi value or valued, derived, null. Here it is simple, attribute and composite. Okay, next one. Similarly, different symbols used in ER diagram for strong entity, weak entity. Okay, of course weak entity, identifying relationship, associativity, attribute, multi-valued attribute, derived attribute. Okay, later we will see. Okay, elements in ER diagram are entity, attribute and relationship. Different types of entity like strong, weak, associative entity. Different types of attributes like multi-valued, single valued, derived. Okay, so you can see this. Here, single value attribute. What do you mean by single value attribute? It means there is only one value associated with that attribute. Only one value. You can't find any other value. For example, age of a person, roll number of a student, register number of a car. A car cannot have multiple registration numbers. A student cannot have multiple roll numbers. If a person cannot have two different ages. Okay, so age of a person or roll number or register number of a car, etc. Okay, so this can be represented using ellipse. Okay, similarly multi-valued attribute, double ellipse. Multi-valued attribute or multi-value attribute, more than one value will be associated with the attribute. So employee name, it is of course saying employee table. Okay, so employee age and skills. Any employee can have more than one skills. It is not compulsory that every employee should have only one skill. Every individual employee should have only one skill. There may be some employees having different skills like singing, dancing, reading, some other skills will be there. Speech, competition, participation. Okay, so according to their experts and their knowledge, they may behave differently in different say classes. So one may have different subjects. One particular lecture can conduct different types of subjects, like the English, Hindi, Kannada and technical subjects, or any other kinds of subjects. So similarly, an employee may have many number of skills. Okay, so skills or skill must be represented as multi-valued attribute. Okay, next, derived attribute. So this derived is nothing but, derived attribute can be derived from the value of other related attributes or entities. So which is, so age here is a it is an attribute. It is an attribute. So you cannot say directly say 40. How it is 40? How it is 20? How it is 17? How it is only 10? How it is say it is 35? How can you say an employee is 35 years old? How can you say exactly it is 20? How can you say the student is of 10 years old? Because the age is calculated from date of birth. So the value of the derived attribute can be derived from the value of other related attributes. Here, age is derived from DOB, date of birth, is date of birth. So the age is dependent on this. So if this particular attribute is not existed, there is no meaning of this one. So this is represented in terms of dotted lines. Okay, and null value attribute. So what do you mean by null values? The null value situations are two, especially not applicable and not. So most of the times we are going to leave some areas in our forms. If some forms or online forms are given to you for filling the informations regarding you, so you will not fill all the fields. Some fields will be kept blank for some of the students, because the only reason is some of the fields are not applicable for those students, so they kept blank. Some fields they don't know what to enter there. They kept blank because what to enter there. So here is a text box. Some 5 students have kept this particular text box blank because they don't know what to enter here. They don't know. Some students have not chosen this checkbox in the form because that is probably it is not applicable for them. So that may be applicable for PG students. We are UG students. So for UG students it is not applicable. So we kept blank. So null values, but in our database or table, so you should have minimum number of null attributes. Minimum number of null attributes. If our table has 25 columns or 25 attributes, out of 25, if 20 attributes may be blank or null, then there is no use of it. 1 or 2 or some few fields or few attributes may be kept blank. Okay, and another one is composite attribute. Here composite attribute, so address is composite, so it is the combination of all these set. So of course you can say street number is there, city is there, state is there, pin code is there. So all together it will form address. Okay, so composite attribute. Address will have, address consists of street number, city, state, pin code, etc. Okay, so this completes just attribute types, entity types, etc. So it will be continued in the next class. Okay.